There is yet another elder, but not only an elder, but an ancestor. Bossa, 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 bossa. Hey, boy, man. In the name of Christ, open the price.
Okay, mbadde nkyababuuliramu ensonga zino nga bwe ziri mu kubanga zigenda mu maaso wano ku kitebe ekya National Unity Platform gwe omulungi eyakegata ku ssama babale kusabira jeno bane mubale sabira jeno naye mumuletere ku nkoko bane mumuletere ku nkoko awote ku sopo ekibiina kibaleetedde ebintu kubanga babadde bamaze emyezi egisukka mwena nga tebalina bikozesebwa ate nga gavumenti yabasuubiza okubange bayamba mu buli mbeera. So mbeerawo yenze top 10 wammwe journalist Sama Uganda Taata Kisolo okubanga mbalaga ensonga zino nga bwe zigenda mu maaso. Omuceere babaleetedde, obuwunga babaleetedde na buli kimu ekikozesebwa mu bulamu obwa bulijjo. Ekyo National Unity Platform yekikola. Poliisi yo wabweru weeri y'amaanyi okubanga ekola ensasagge nga bwe mukimanyi.
I've always told you that our party, the National Unity Party, shall never allow us suffer. It will never allow us suffer. That is why from day one, I have always believed. From when I was a young one, I have spent 5 years in the National Unity Platform. I have always believed that this is the party. Unlike our colleagues, unlike our colleagues from the National Resistance Movement, who have always made us, who have always promised us bread and they give us nothing, and yet they are the ones who pass the very policies. They are the ones who refuse to give us money. That is supposed to be ours. They are the ones who delay.
Yatuuse naye ali mu kubanga ayingira essawa yonna Ssebo omulungi yakanegatako ku Sama Uganda natana nga live ngenda kusaba osharing kwa president agenda kwogera nabo ensonga z'amaanyi nnyo nga mbadde mbategeeza bannange ndi Taata Kisolo munnesonyiwe muleme okunsiba Sauda Madada ndi muntu bwe mamagesa ga Sauda Madada mbase mwagala temunnyombya so ekiriwo buno obudde abaganda bange muna mweddala top 10 Taata Kisolo Sama Uganda nze ndi wano okubekozesebwa so president bwe yategedde ensonga yaabwe yasukidde mu nnambiro jjukira twatuuse almost ku makya Kisolo wala gye twavudde jjo ate president awumudde n'agamba bana bana Makerere ayo bakulembeza ate abakuusa enkya kuba si kyanki batabuse naye president agenda bafuluma that's why nyimiridde wano naye nga president abayise asobole okubanga abawa ebikozesebwa mu bulamu bwa bulijjo batandikira awo abaleetedde omuceere abaleetedde obuwunga abazidde ebintu bingi era agenda kubagamba ebintu bingi bwekyoba okulabira ku mukutu gagadde gwa top 10 journalist wammwe Taata Kisolo Sama Uganda nze mbaweereza bye mwetaaga okumanya so kyekyo ekiriwo agenda kuba afunamu ekyemesana nabo olunaku olwaleero bana ejano namusoddewo munnesonyiwe kati mukitwale nti namusoddewo munsibako omuntu nze namubanjulira era nze namuleseewo mbagambye eri taata Kisolo bwe mbagambye mumpulirize kye mbagamba kyekyo banze nakookaayana nammwe noyomba nammwe sigabana na mukazi nga nyambala empale naye nayambala empale mukajeno fukamira kanga babajeno tebafukamira bafukamira amaje bagawamba mondeke taata Kisolo nze ndiwo sama Uganda musimanze tufutulite mu Sauda mukulyeteze kulyetenzo bafana nyawo bana mwe bana mache monja gaza kikulu mukulyeteze bafana nyawo batweke mukasa sabana bandeke akafana nsina kafuna ne Sauda muda ya tetugenda okay oline taata Kisolo osama Uganda
nakulabiko ne Saudi Nasi wala mzungu mama Kisolo
ambere obulande kanvira tawo katisigana moto walira ddala Sauda siga moto wakati kibalume oba ndi mumpi oba ndi muwanvu kibalume mundeke munsonyi wakayiseemu muline taata Kisolo sama Uganda nze ndiwo abalungi abakanegatako bayise ku kitebe so president abayise abayizi abo olunaku olwaleero okubanga ate abawa ebintu ebikozesebwa mu bulamu obwa bulijjo so bangi nnyo lwakuba nti poliisi eri wabweru ebadde egezaako ate okubanga ezoganyamuko abasinga naye embeera emaze nedda mu nteeko oluvannyuma lwa Sauda oluvannyuma lwawo Alex wayiswa mu ffumbiro okwogera ne poliisi eyo ne bavaawo naye nga badde bazze okukola buli kika kya ffujjo yesejja mutwala bada sagala kwita wali motivu ate mmere Holix wa Bobi yatandise bino ebintu bikumamu omuliro ogatagatta obufaananyi bana emondeke so ekyo kyekiriwo ebikozesebwa bingi nnyo omuceere nagwo weeguli wabula ngenda kunyiga akantu akajjako gomenti mugenda kufa nze mbabuulira ngenda kunyiga akantu akajjako gomenti zibeere ofu weccu so ekyo kyekiriwo obudde buno abaganda bange abasibo ne bannyabo abali ku sama Uganda media abane Makerere bakyayiika wano ku National Unity Platform abo basuubizibwa gavumenti y'abalimba eyamwe Museveni okubalabirira naye ate ng'erimba so president alese ebintu byitirivu nnyo ojja kunemerako mu kuba embaga mayineze so ekyo kye kiriwo obuwunga bumaze okuba nga bupangibwa ziri ekitono nnyo ensawo emitwalo ng'ebiri so n'omuceere nagwo gutandise okuba nga gupangibwa obudde buno kasooka embesonyiwemuko
Thank you so much.
Bana asirisa taye Josa
progressively about 45. Not so. Yeah, thank you so much. For the case of
naye bantu mmwe omwenjagaza kibambe.
You know, we used to strike and it was one way. So whenever we would meet beautiful ladies, we could say, Akahaga, Akahaga, Akahaga. Somebody you come and just give us the vibe. I like this young gentleman here. Saku, you are.
Bannayuganda omutemu oyo.
Men of valor, join me as we welcome the combatant, the commander, the senior, the combatant, the combatant,
men and women of valor, you men and women of virtue, the gallant members of intellectual cosmos, a creme de la creme of intellectualism, the gallant members of Congogomari, it is ultimately trafficking, bombasting, incansagarous, very bad dust. It is intertwined. Idiosyncratic selectivity. Hello, Timakeria. Yes. The event no longer for combatants. Yes. Is it not for all of us? Yes. Let's come on the crossroad of history. Yes. We see what happen. Yes. We'll fight for the right of Makerere. Yes. We fight for human rights fundamentalism. Yes. Makerere. Culture, everything no, everything no.
That's the combatant for you. Let's give him a round of applause.
Uganda Media Top 10 Tata Kisolo nze ndiwo okubanga mbaweereza ensonga bwe zitambula. President abayizi b'Emakerere babadde ne complain abaweererwa government oba government be yasuubiza okubanga baweerera mu mbeera yonna obanga balabira mu mbeera yonna babadde bamaze emyezi gikwata mu yaabwe oba complain yaabwe bwe yatuuse eri president yayemokeddewo agamba ensonga z'abaana abo ngenda zikwasaganya ngenda kuba nfunamu akafubo nabo njogereko nabo ate tusobole okubanga tukola ku ebyo ebibanyiga. So yabagulidde obuwunga bungi nnyo, abagulidde omuceere mungi nnyo, agenda kuba afunamu ekyemisana olunaku olwaliro nabo n'ebirala bingi. President ali mu kufuluma essaawa yonna, agenda kujja kwogera nabo kubanga poliisi ebadde ate etandise okubakwata nga baleese ebanyigiriza ku kitebe. So poliisi ebadde etandise okubakwata. So mubeereko mbasaba mwekuumire mwekumeze ku mukutu ogwa Sama Uganda, mugenda kuba mumanya buli kigenda okubanga kigenda mu maaso. Mbebaza nnyo mwenna abaliko ku Sama Uganda. Tata Kisolo Jackson Muwonge bana muleko bana muondeke saka kubeera na mukazi alinganga musajja bana mugenda kunkubya sawuda madada muondeke nze nasazeewo nga sekakeddwa nga sitamidde abanjagaliza mugambe Tata Kisolo oye, Tata Kisolo oye. Mugamba Sama tuli timu gwe, Sama tuwagira gwe. So olusi tujokengamu naye nga tubeera serious mu nsonga naddala ez'eggwanga. So nze mwena mweddala Tata Kisolo Top 10 Sama Uganda okubanga mbaweereza biki ebiri mugenda mu maaso. Nebe mungamba nti mugenda kwongulira fosi okumbaga yange ne Sauda sijagala. So ekyo kyonchikiri alinze kiwedde. So president gwe tulinze abenga afuluma ate tubenga tuwongerayo okubalaga ensonga nga bwe zigenda okubanga zitambula. Yenze munamwe ddala Tata Kisolo naye bannaye President Oyaja, President Oyaja. Mubeereko. Koyesema. Koyesema, anko yesimo wange. Anko Tomo wange. Nembere enzibu zombererawo n'oyemererawo. So anko Isima ngenda kusaba ensonga ya Sauda yo ojimma amazzi okusaba anko Isima abantu bonna kabanveemu neyimirira nange kuba nkwetaaga bano kambaleke bagala mubagamba osama ne Sauda Master Shine embonyiige nze nasalawo nga sikakedda.
And I think it is only just important.
Okay, oyo aze president oyo aze president omwagalo wabanje oyo ali mu kubanga ate ayingira.
Our students are complaining night and day. I wonder why they continue to live this. Things can fence someday if you read hunger today. Now one guy like Museveni wants like presidency, we must start abandon that agenda and say Uganda's rich, but Uganda's poor. Because the leader is drunk in power. He runs nation like familiar player.
Mr. President, when it comes to university and university politics and universitarians, things become different. We were supposed to begin with prayer, but you see how they have started. The prayer was different. So I assume you know that we have prayed. Thank you. Come and lead us in both the national and the NUP anthem and Makerere anthem. You are free to call assistance.
And we are going to sing the national anthem, then we sing the NUP anthem, and the Makerere anthem. Uganda, people and holy, we lay our future in thy hands. United people, liberty together we always stand. Makerere, Makerere, we do it for the future. Makerere, mighty, the world around me. Great and mighty, the great inside me. Okay. Oh. You are big and good for my give them the pride. Oh, to remember. But let's utilize the power. Sing the most powerful anthem.
Olutalo nga luwedde tuliyambale engule tulinyumirwa Uganda empya. Mama Kisono woye, Sama woye.
This gathering to God, and we pray that He guides us through, especially on this day when we are meeting with the standard of Uganda's future. You are the standard of Uganda's future. What you are is what Uganda will be like. So if you stand for the voiceless, you know that Uganda will not have voiceless people because you're the standard of the future. And we are very, very humbled that we are with you here, though not in very interesting times, not in merry-making times, but in times when your plight has been forgotten. Times when the environment that anybody is supposed to enjoy while getting into the academia is not what you are enjoying. You are stifled to achieve whatever took you there, and it is for that reason that the National Interplatform, being a party of young people, a party of the promise of the new Uganda, a party with inclusivity, we found it imperative that we give you a platform, because we have seen the nasty ongoings everywhere. So what happened? What is happening in Jambogo? And all your other sister and brother students. So we do stand with you, and that's the purpose. Gathering is here to understand the plight of our government students in all both government and tertiary institutions that have been forgotten by those that are responsible to cater for their welfare. They are in very deplorable states, and we want to thank you and your leadership and the party for giving them that platform. We thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, because we are booked by the party treasurer, he is with us, and the former guild president. We are with the Secretary General of the party, a former leader of the Student Union, Guild Speaker, Makerere University. You're most welcome. I want to welcome Musiri, the one in charge of students.
People power! Power! People power!
He's the head of institutions here. I want to also introduce the former guild president, Dr. Nambasa. You're most welcome. Zake was also guild president. Yes, Zake was also guild president. So, without wasting any more time, allow me to invite Peter Banks. Peter Banks, is he here? Yes, Peter Banks, please come and give us an opening of whatever is happening there, and then we will invite Aine Zidori, the Minister of Government Students, to also put us in the room.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, protocol observed, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity He has granted to me to stand in front of great men and women of valor, valiant Konkokume, the Konkokamas, the great intelligence here of the High Institute, Makerere University. Mr. President, sir, me standing here is not because of my love, but the hunger I have as a person. As a student of Makerere University, we are not happy what is happening in Makerere University. Yes. We government students, we take translates reading books in high schools, coming to university expecting much, but you have received less than you expected. Mr. President, sir, I would like to thank you for hearing our cry. We, the hungry students of Makerere University, for what you have done. It's a great work with what you have granted to us. I would like to take you through what you are supposed to receive as we government students. As the freshers, those are people who have just joined campus. The year ones, they are supposed to receive 799,900 shillings. But then, people who are sleeping inside the halls. Also, university, we have Africa, we have Rumumba, we have May Stewart. Yes, whatever it is. People who are sleeping inside. The freshers received 92,000. Then the continuing students who are sleeping inside the school received 32, not 320,000. So, Mr. President, sir, to people who are sleeping outside the halls. People received less money, but cannot even accommodate them to pay the rent is there to the halls. And someone is going to the roads. The guy called Matene is taking our things. We have put our laptops there so that we can get food to survive. My laptop was taken because I had nothing to eat. I have to give Marlene the loan. So my security to give me the money. I expect the money the next month, as they expected, as they promised us. But did receive the money. All my shoes have been taken. I took my shoes to my guy in US. Not really. But we ended up negotiating with our officers. And again, we didn't get a chance of seeing the master, nor the dean, or the Nawangwe, the VC. Why are they hiding? If they are, what are they doing is very true. So, all know this bad. We are unhappy of what is taking place in our university. And Mr. President, sir, I thank you for the great work you've done. Me personally, I like you so much. Why nigga, I like you boy. So, because of hunger, even yesterday, Otole stand up, my brother. That senior comrade is all about me supper yesterday.
I'm no supper. That was for me.
So you end up being a burden to senior comrades, which is bad as a government student. We worked hard, we slept, we had president sleeps, reading books, because all my sisters and brothers went to Newark University. A lot they told us about my university. But Makere is starting to become a kindergarten. Things are not moving the way they told us, because all I was studying so that I can reach that the highest skill of integrity. But what is there? They are doing a disservice, hunger. We are many, we over. We are over. Yes. They can't hear all of us. So, a lot we are supposed to be here. But because of expenditures, papers and tests, our senior comrades are still there. And I also recall to whoever that is insisted with my face, you should also support us. We are requesting for your donations. Whatever hand is to pass, people as long as you can a current market area. The current sorry. She's the minister in charge. There are the people in power. Where is their money?
Praise God. Mr. President, the Secretary General, good afternoon to all of us who are here. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, we Makere students, we are very hungry. And I want to say that we've been pushed onto the wall since the semester began. We have been adequately given onto our allowances. This is not really working onto us, the government students. Now, this price that we are putting out, we are calling upon organizations there, people there, to come and hear out our cry. I want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. President for hearing out our cry. We don't take it for granted. Not all have been. Statistics of how much we've been receiving since the semester began for those students that stay inside or outside. But I want to say that we need your help and we call upon the government to do its part. We are tired of empty promises. They are promising here and there. We are tired. to end this communication by saying thank you so much for the chance that you've given to us to put out
all those words are of the minister at the university. So it means that that is how truthful it is. The students of Makerere are hungry and angered for not fulfilling the obligation of government. But don't you worry, I know it may be after you have left, but we are sure in the government of the National Unity Platform, things will.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you as a former guild president of the Ivory Tower, the magnificent Makerere University. And I'm not new to the challenges that you expressed today. I was personally a government student. So I have gone through such times, and I want to tell you that there is a time we even strike at in the library. But during the good times of the current regime, that is compared to the regime of the Amins, we have what we have here today. Am I communicating? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that we are with you. We support you as former leaders. We stand with you. We understand your cry, and I want in a special way to appreciate our party for coming through to help the distressed Makerere students. Because having to read, having to use your brain, I think the brain uses the most amount of glucose, but I really wonder if you're really passing those tests. I really wonder if you're... Please, let us remain in line. And I know that we are very hungry, and I want to send out a message to the people that are in charge. If someone is expected to receive 700 plus thousand or 500 something, why would you give them 92,000? There is a belief that the office in charge could be using that money maybe to first make something, then they will give you the profit. And we know these things, we know these things, we know who is in charge of these things. You know the persons of this, and we support you. That money is there. They have the money. If they can give musicians billions of money, why shouldn't they give the future of this country the money? We are with you. We support you. Please continue to fight. Do not stop fighting. We have been threatened. And I know that the DPC want to survive on hungry stomachs, yet they study to make it to the University of Government Scholarship, and they were promised things. We have a contractual agreement with the people that admitted to the university. They're supposed to provide these things for you. So we stand with you, we support you, continue to fight. The little support that is provided here, I do believe that it can do something, but do not relent. Someone is sitting on it. They are going to release that money.
One, two, for Simon. and then Mr. Churchill.
Kamuyombe. Ebayombya 7.
Chapter to thank our dear president for having listened to our cry. The day we came here to write, very many students were crying in Makerere University over hunger. We had nothing to do. We helped those we could, but we couldn't help everyone. We wrote to the president, he welcomed us. We talked to him, and he said he will give some help to the few, and that's what he has done. Mr. President, I'm here to inform you that back in the days, being on government was a pleasure. It was something that everyone wished to be. But today, to the current state of Makerere, it has become a disgrace. If they're on government, they don't give them their allowances. Even parents are well convinced that the government is giving them money, so they don't give them upkeep. Today, as I speak, people are starving. But I want to assure Mr. President, this is very unfortunate. To see our fellow students starving to death, we don't wish to see them committing suicide. Because when you add anger to examination stress, it equals to death. And yet we are going for our examinations. Mr. President, the day we left here, the DPS of one day, Afande Hassan, called all the Mugosa leaders who came here. He told them, we are going to arrest you. We are going to suspend you. And very many of them got intimidated. He just said that because they're mobilizing for people to come and get food. To die of bullets, but we shall not die of hunger. Back to my fellow students. These are the times that we need to stand as the youths of this country. These are the times that we need to know that everything concerns us. On the tears of this government, I want to assure you, this is the time that we need to stand. That we need to revive the Makerere that existed. That when one student missed an examination, all the rest never did that examination. But I want to assure you that we speaking, I missed an examination over tuition. Just because we have lost it. Where have we gone wrong? Why don't we have those solid leaders? The characters.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wanduka Simon. I am a third-year law student, and I am a hungry Makererean. Very hungry and very angry. Mr. President, in 2017, the administration of Makerere removed food from halls of residence. Amidst the strong opposition
from the Education Committee of Parliament, and they scrapped off that privilege of food. And from that time, students are dying in their small rooms in Chikumi, and in halls of residence. Students are surviving on cassava and water, and yet they're supposed to be in classes, concentrated and reading. The Nawangwe administration and its policies do not have any empathy on students. All they want is to reduce a university to a go to class and back to your room kind of thing. This is a university for God's sake. We have had many times when this university comes out to shut down students whenever they have genuine concerns. When the former guild president Nambasa was, whereas the NUP, the National Unity Platform here, has given us food in the form of rice and posho. I want to implore you, I am not part of those that are going to keep lamenting on several other organizations calling out for food. I want to call out. You know, when I was suspended with a group of few others like Odama there, the rest of you kept quiet. But when Nambasa was suspended with a group of 15, all of them were restated. Now, Nawangwe does not have capacity to suspend all of you in thousands. For God's sake, you are over 5,000 document students. And I want to call upon you that as we are here 1,000 to 3,000, as part of the floor of Parliament, to increase the allowances from 4,500 to 10,000. It was still cut down by the cabinet of Mr. Museveni. Now these are things we're talking about, and a reality in this country. When we talk about these things, many of you think we're politicizing very much. The fighting goes. The fighting goes. Intimidation is it. Intimidation is it. And I want to see. Hello. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. We. I said you. Sympathetic Gambeto, Kuchikuo, the administration Z, the losing Z, the hunger Z, the starving Z, the winning goal. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Secretary General, the ruling authority, the Secretary General, Minister in charge of Youth Affairs, all esteemed leaders present, Material, and a member of the Hungry Students Committee that has decided to
associate at the government offices here at Kabul. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to join you to present our plea to the President. Mr. President, sir, this is just a prayer. We are intimidated from coming. Many were know what not. Those that have decided to stand with what you believe is right. The DPC made few calls yesterday. I, for one, received them all. I was told not to doubt myself in things that do not concern me, but I strongly believe I and Makerere students are as one. Whether or not it is to extend our cry to you, the President of the International Youth Platform, and to other donors. We are very much aware that a bigger population of people would have been here if it weren't for certain circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a history of draconian policies being instigated by the current administration. And Mr. President normally said, a great writer once said that every generation has its mission, and it is upon that generation to betray or fulfill that mission. Thus, Makeredians have a mission to see that these draconian policies come to an end. You don't need a leader. You don't need a leader to show you direction. However, it is self-instigated. It is self-propagated. I strongly believe you that are here is a true representation of what you believe in. And if you really have to stand for the truth, you better be ready to stand alone. I would like to conclude by saying that the question of the day shall not be answered by the speeches of the nobles, but by blood and iron. Let's get that blood and iron out. Let's go there and let's fight what's right.
You know, when somebody quotes notable this man at this time, I'm encouraged and inspired. Thank you very much, actually. You made my day. You have spoken, and I'm grateful that you got the time. Actually, thank you. They took the time to see it.
Thank you, Deputy Spokesperson, the mighty party, National Unity Platform, Mr. President, the Revolutionary President, His Excellency Robert Sentana Chamberlain, aka Bobi. I like saying that out. Secretary General and former Speaker, Makerere University, and former President of Law Society at Makerere. My brother, I call him my brother because I love him so much, Benjamin Katana. He is so much, he loves the institutions, the students at large. Our Commissioner of Parliament, you know you are the Commissioner, the legitimate one. Yes, I mean it, that's why. I assert it assertively. Madam President, was a president at Makerere, you are a president, you know that. Nambasa, Shamim Nambasa. And the current comrades, government students of Chambogo University have an industrial action. They are currently striking, they are on the streets. for those of us that are here, it's just as late as yesterday. As Churchill and colleagues have said, please get out your gowns, iron them, and you know how we do it. You know the practice, you know the culture of Makerere University, of just dancing themselves around the lyrics. Therefore, I want to empower young men from the Hill currently. That some of us were suspended, not even once, not even twice, but we still stayed firm and we stood firm. I want to tell you that I was suspended 4 times. I won a scholarship from the Chinese embassy. It was scrapped off during the Christmas fall that I led with colleagues. Mr. President, when impasses like now come, when people are hungry, they forget that they have a duty to fight. I want to thank you, Mr. President. The day we came to Makerere, you named me after a giant on the continent Africa called Stephen Biko Bantu. It was yesterday that you called me the same name. And by calling me Stephen Biko, I knew it was His Excellency Robert Sentamu calling, no other. We shall not go in the details of how and what happened on Stephen Biko Bantu. Young men, that scholarship, he was shivering around, saying, I can't lose it. I can't do what is best. I can't do my duty. It's nothing. I want to tell you that I have colleagues that have gotten first class degrees, but rotting in the they are talking about Matene. Who is lending money to your students? Our brothers and sisters. He's a former emperor of Lumumba. But as we speak now, he's also a coward. He used to stand, but now he's a coward and is being used. We're on the next plane to Russia. Can't you be like us? I want to remind you, I wasn't acting in any capacity. I was only the class rep of my course that was about to be even scrapped off. At one time, we got them in the main building. They started urinating. First, professors, because these are not professors, these are mafias, acting on behalf of the tyranny to squeeze you, because they know if you stand and just do what you're supposed to do, you can change this government. You are the only way, I need you students, for our president, His Excellency Robert Sentamu to become the next president. Because he's the legitimate president that we voted in 2021. Who doesn't know that? But because we were sleeping on job, that's why he's not in the State House.
Can you rise up? It's beyond just government students. Because I can tell you, I can tell you that all institutions are under attack. They are all under siege. We have seen a lot of draconian policies everywhere. And Mr. President, lastly, this is how they compromise these students. While we were fighting and struggling in Fismas Fall, during the draconian policy that necessitates now we can go to the climax, to the extreme of just bribing a student by getting what they want. There is one friend of ours who said he wanted to sleep with a white woman. I am telling you, Professor now Barnabas Nawambi got a white woman for that guy. Combatants of Makerere, can you stand up and teach somebody a lesson? It is time now or never for God and my country.
Thank you, Steve Biko.
Musiri David, photo soldier. Yeah,
That was powerful. Comrade Biki.
I think Emopeto be machindi. Emopeto. Be machindi. Sembanye machindi nanga yeyo.
You see headlines, okay, he invested in building the future. How do you invest in building for the future? You know the motto of Makerere, build for the future. By prioritizing
Swaima way forget songa za force man tonyeza.
Priority. Because we are not dealing with statesmen who are interested in the future, but we are dealing with people that are interested in regime surveillance. That money is used by the regime of Museveni to rent support. And if someone does not treat you as the priority, then you should also not treat them as what? As the priority. Every day we see ridiculous statements coming from Makerere University suspending students. But you know what that means? It means that Nawangwe and the administration have chosen to be agents of oppression. But the bigger problem is not the agents, but the master of the agents, who is oppression personified, Museveni. Where there is his name, you can replace it with oppression. And oppression, wherever it exists, the only medicine for oppression is resistance. But if you listen to intimidation from a mere DPC, you listen to intimidation from Nawambi and others that work with him, you are enabling him to perform his job of being an agent of oppression. Effection is by standing up to be counted. Your hunger has a relationship with a person who is now dying in hospital because there is no medicine and the doctor has not been paid to perform their duty. When a regime loses legitimacy,
now concentrates on two things: violence and buying support. So the money that should have taken care of you, the money that should have... Thank you very much.
The Secretary General. Temuyina manyi bannange, understandably so. People power, our power. This Chambogo says this is not about Chambogo. When Chambogo is being oppressed, Makerere does not speak out. But we eventually realize that we are all caught up in this web of injustice in this our country. I was listening to your leader first to go into what? Because they are hungry and they are starving. How can Makerere students be allowed to go? This one is calling them sleepovers. But they are not really sleepovers. It is terrible. We must all rise up and resist injustice and impunity. Like my brother Benjamin said, all that is happening is not because the government does not have money. They have more than necessary, but you people are not a priority to them. And yet we are singing that we build for the future, the great Makerere. How can you build for the future when students are hungry and they are starving? And when they rise up to speak, I saw this comrade from Chambogo the other day being picked up like grasshoppers. Right now as you are coming in, I saw police guys here trying to stop you. And the DPC is saying you should not come to Kabule because Kabule is going to give you food. I even saw some propaganda which they had put out there to say that NUP has cancelled this event. That we needed permission from police. We did not get it, therefore the event has been cancelled because of trying to frustrate you in that regard. So let it account. That is why our main priority is healthcare and education. And I can tell you the day our president sits in that state house, which legitimately would belong to him even right now. The things we are going to focus on, most importantly, are education and health care. Why? Because if you invest in the people, you are in government scholarship. Money, you know what has been going on. We lose over 10 trillion shillings in corruption every single year. Other countries are even having free university education. For all students. But here, even the few who are on government scholarship, they are not giving you allowances on time, and they are even contemplating removing all that. So, when a parent is lucky and their child goes on government scholarship, they know that at least these other children
are going to get some money. When that government student is given an allowance, this one who is at Makerere is going to send me some money, and I take the siblings of this one to school. So stop looking at this as your own. Allow me to allow you to allow me again to invite the president to speak to us. Thank you very Thank you. Students say, sisters say, Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, gallant Makererians, I mean hungry Makererians. Yes. And today I'm going to be brief. I wanted the world to listen to you, not to me. Me, I graduated from Makerere 21 years ago. So it is you guys that know the Makerere of today. When I was Makerere, when I was in Livingstone, when I was in Makerere, we would eat. Actually, every Thursday we would look forward to some chikoko. Those days, Makerere was the aspiration of every student, every child. We would to make sure we reach Makerere. And every time a child reached Makerere, the parents were relieved. Unfortunately, all that glory has been eroded over time. When I was listening to us singing the university anthem, you know me, I pay attention to the lyrics. I would hear from east to west, from north to the south, all voices singing, "Arise, Makerere." But does that still reflect? Does that still make sense? Arise, Makerere. Don't forget, through the years, those that have walked through the great gates of Makerere, are the gates still great? Is Makerere still great? I was very well represented by the people that have spoken, especially your leadership. Your former guild president put it very straight, and I cannot add so much useful stuff to that. However, like Comrade Katana said, all institutions are being eroded, slowly but surely. What's painful is that what is meant to build for the future is actually clearly destroying the future. Imagine the children in primary school that are going, those that are going for or are doing their UCE exams, those that are sitting their senior 6. You think they dream of coming to Makerere, the greatest university in Uganda? No. Because, I mean, look at the government students. Back then we would brag being government students. It meant a lot. People would fear me because I was a government student. They don't fear you anymore. Why? Because of what the regime has reduced you to. This is not an issue of the enablers. It is not an issue of the students that sell you out. As a matter of fact, it is not an issue of Nawangwe. There's the original planner of all this, and that is General 7. And if the guy was gone by now, he would not be here. So, friends, you are on your own. We all are on our own. And therefore, each one of you, each one of us must play a role in the transformation
of this country. Everywhere it is dead because that's how they want it to be. They want to reduce you to beggars. But most importantly, are the first line of intellectualism in Uganda. But look at you, look at how you're being treated. They're forcing you to believe that you don't matter in this country. And I beseech you, don't accept that nonsense because you matter. What in the day? How could a DPC in my days call a student of Makerere? Why? We invited you here. We were in Kisoro yesterday. But we knew that we had to meet you today. Today is only a symbolic gesture of solidarity with you, to share a meal with you, but most importantly to provoke those that are supposed to be. To you friends, if you don't stand up, nobody is going to see you. If you don't speak up, nobody is going to hear you. Such governments work on pressure, incites others, because you guys are our children, you're our friends, but most importantly, you are our hope. So I encourage all thoughtful Ugandans to come to your aid. Hunger is not like rent. Rent can wait. Hunger, you cannot hide from it. Some of us have skills in hiding from landlords, but you cannot hide from your own stomach. So this is to remind those that are responsible and to provoke them and to warn them. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you to pressure those that are supposed to do things so that they can do what they are mandated to do. I thank you and I encourage you to stand firm, to resist. This is oppression, and like Mike said, you cannot replace oppression with Museveni. Rise up and demand for what's rightfully yours, because if you don't, then even the most basic of your rights, you will lose them. They'll do what they have to do, and everybody will be happy. Thank you very much. For God and my country.
Rero Luzungu abo mawulire Uganda mugazi mu Uganda namunyola yayogeze mu Luzungu
banyonyola nga ntuuse ekisolo.
So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will not take questions. I will interact with you. We will now take the next.
Okay. Mulungi ali ku Sama Uganda top 10 tata. Solo.
Now we are going to give you the modality. Don't move as yet. We will give the direction on how we go, because have certain things that you're going to receive.
Umutima umuviiridde soera asemberera motiivu omwana mutaddere wansi oyo president w'abantu
That man has
tasendeka abantu
very inspiring words. He really wanted me to give him a chance to say something, but this is what he has for you. He asks you to keep time when you have events, and there is a student who has passed on in Chambogo because of anger. A young girl has passed on because of anger, and let us all stand up in recognition of that lost soul. Let's stand up for recognition of that lost soul. That is what it means. It is not rhetoric. We are not here for games. People are dying, and they are dying of lack of food in the 21st century.
Buterevu oli kusama Uganda ensonga eri wano ba student bafa enjala ab'Emakerere challenge tutasinza okubeera nayo abakulembera eggwanga lino tebaasoma ye challenge tutasinza okusisinkana mu ggwanga lino. So president abaana b'Emakerere abategekedde ekyemisana kubanga bafa enjala, so abategekedde obuwunga, omuceere n'ebintu ebyenjawulo. Mwebale nnyo mwenna abali ku Sama Uganda Media top 10 wammwe ate mu nsonga y'emu taata abakwase obunganzi Tata Kisolo Sama Uganda top 10 okubanga mbatuusaako ensonga nga bwe zitambula wano ku kitebe ekya National Unity Platform akwasa omwagalo w'abangi Excellence Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Tulina obuzibu bw'eggwanga lino ku mirembe gwa Amin, abaana abo baweebwanga akasente basomeranga bwereere ate nga beeyagala mu buli mbeera. Ne tulina obuzibu obwajja mu ggwanga nti abali kulembera nange samaaliwa ayino munkwate mpola naye temugenda kunsibako kye saagala, ekyo kyo kyebabuulira. Temugenda kunkakako kintu kyesaagala, so ndi muntu mukulu eyeesalirawo ate ategeera, so mukomye okunsibako sawuda madaada.
For those of you who have registered, you will do lines here. Alan, please from Makerere. Feel very proud to know that. Okay? Okay, as long as you have Makerere students in the line. Thank you.
Museveni teyasoma, mbabuulira ebyaddala. President ene tunula eno munsi wako jena okunkuba omukazi alina omukono ogulinga gw'abasajja amwondeke mukono gumulinga gwa Kireewo Sauda. Nze taata Kisolo. Have nice. Down. Yes. Buli gwe wayimirire wano tufune official photograph. Sister. Let's first have a picture here. Uje tuwalata nawe. Okay, go back to place. Got to fresh speed. Okay, let's have that one. Thank you. Let's just go forward. Bobi wine ino mutima omubi, Bobi wine mukope, mbutagawa, mbumukodo. Mwa tubagambe kye tuleke ki mmwe omwe musajja oyo gyatujje mutuleke mbutagawa mukopi ogwe ne nyoko mwe bantu mmwe temanyi musajja oyo kyategeeza gwanga lino era nze mbasaasira. Abaana be Makerere enjala ebadde badde balaba Kasimayiro basanyufu tulina obuzibu mu ggwanga lino bali kulembera tebaasoma. Minister wa education bamusanga ku kkubo nga bali mu nsiko ne bamukwana nakkereza cwe. Hello Janet Kataha. Yes Mutaveni jangu tugende corrected time wandeeka linnya lye bwe Minister of Education nze nabagambye oyo bonna basenga bitabo family yonna bagigatta nga tewali ansinga high level academics. Naye mmwe wasanga kuna mukola linnya Sauda Madada ku page yange mu Nelson wammwe. So abasenga jukira batesa teseddwa abasenga nabali wano sofa nabalayini jeko makambaise mulayini ne mugirabe waliwo tulinawo abaana sofa ndooza 15,000. Neba bamenjale badde baluma ebyaddala Musere bebaze on behalf of Makerere soko bebaze abakulu
kala kubebaza mwena abalina kye mwakontributinze abaweereza ebirabo bino okuyita mu pulezidenti waffe tubeyanziza nnyo mwebale nnyo ate ffe Makerere tugamba
Makerere banabadde bamaze ebbanga ki nga mu mbeera eno bannaye tusagazemu katono nnyo
ebbanga bamaze emyezi wajinda beeti abaana baagala nakufa kibi nnyo nti abamu kati batandise n'okwetunda abalala banoonya bakuse ba beggars banaye tubeebaza gwe wenna ali eyo ng'oli mu diaspora olinako by'osobola okukola yita mu sama obeereko nekikontributinga sama abigabula abaana bangi osobola bamalayo wakyaliyo ab'e Makerere abatazze waliyo ab'ekyambogo waliyo abamugusi waliyo ab'embalala waliyo ab'eggulu ne mu institutions obutono so abaana bangi naye tubayambe tubajje mu njala
tumera abantu b'Makindya
banjagala nnyo ku lw'ebino bye baadabye Makerere yenzimbye ebyobufuzi by'abaana bye binzimbye ate mwe Makindye West tujja
okay oli kusama Uganda top 10 Tata Kisoro batengezaako okubalaga embeera abaana babawadde omucere n'obuwunga balaga nti essanyu lyo amazima lingi nnyo ddala so kitegeeza nti Makerere ebyaddala embeera yo ebadde ya mulembe waliwo omwana nga ayambadde suuti naye bamuwadde akaceere n'akawunga nawulira lino eggwanga kibano betwalirabiddeko abaana abayivu so lino eggwanga bana basajja baagala eggwanga lino ekisekererwa laba omwana ali Makerere olowooza kino kifaananyi nki eri omwana ali P1 bamuwadde kasawo ka muceere musome Makerere University so bika byamaziga by the way biruma okuba nti bano abaana bebasawo basoma busawo basoma busomesa bagenda kujjawa mulaalo esomesa bana b'eggwanga nga bayita mu mbeera eno gye bamaliriza okusoma so bika byamaziga byewuunyisa naye ate nga bituufu so president abayise obalaba babawadde muceere nakawunga bawulira essanyu kubanga basinga babadde bamaze ennaku nga tebalya so twebaza president waffe n'ekibiina okutwaliza wamu gwe omulungi ali nange makamaze wa president
Nzendenga sijua bali ya moko
laba president waabwe abantu oyo president yawaddeyo agabire abaana obuwunga si kutuma wabula abukwate making sure nga bakwasa ayambuddemu ne kooti ye koti gyeyambuddemu ya gold njira nenge masamasa agijjamu n'agiteeka ebbali n'agamba bano jajja kujja senga baaba nga bannaku bazibu mbwe Kyagulanyi ali mu firimu Kyagulanyi atulimanoga kati laba embwa eno yali mugagga oyo gwolaba ne byonna yabiteeka ebbali ku lw'ensi ye kubanga monna Uganda eno nsi ye kimukakata kuva ku bano abagobwe mu nsi abaginoonyooto bonyonyoose ababbi oyo monna Uganda amene yetu yasoma nebiki byakolera ensi bawaseera ennyonyi n'abuuza ennyonyi ya ssente mmeka nawe mugamba serikali tugula ennyonyi nga 10 eggwanga ne ligula ennyonyi teyasoma bino bintu tebyetaaga kusoma byetaaga common sense Baganda bange bampuliriza kuba akafaananyi lino eggwanga senga mene yakyalina ne bana basajja tebasoma lino eggwanga balitwala nga famire yaabwe kuba akafaananyi bano muli abaana bamakerere basanyufu lwabunga na muceere ne bagenda okusomesa abaana bammwe be basomesa baganda bammwe bagenda kujjawa mulale basomesa ebyaddala nga bayita mu mbeera nyigirizibwa bwetola gavumenti bano bala gavumenti yabasuubiza okubasasulira okubaweerera okubayisa mu buli embeera bamaze emyezi ena nga tebawa ssente tebawa kyakulya abaana bali Makerere University awo beetunda omwana ave waka mama nga amanyi omwana asoma nga lya nalimbwa amalaya nga si kwagala wabulanga embeera yemunyegeza agenda fera mu nnyumba nasala waveeyo akola obwamalaaya asobola ofuna ekyokulya abaana bano oluusi babawera ne bakadde baabwe so baganda bange embeera eno tulina okuyimuka nga bannayuganda okubanga tugirwanyisa ffe kennyini eno generation ffe okubuka ffe tulina okumakinga sure okulaba nga tumalawo embeera eno abo basawo bankya abo basomesa bankya naye embeera gye balimu yeeyo balooya komadde nga musaasira naye mwemuke mu nsonga y'ensi yammwe eno ensi yammwe bino bintu byetaaga common sense okutereeza kasasiro byetaaga common sense okutereeza ebintu ebisobye byetaaga common sense tebyetaaga kusoma nze sasoma nensenga Museveni otegera kani imagine banange saagala nnyo njogere bingi banaye munde ndi muntu mukulu ndi taata Kisolo so saagala mujogeze bingi munankyayattana manyi byange ng'omuzoganya zake amaliza kyonna kyonna tukiyiyo olw'ensonga nze nali sikiriza administration kumanyira aba students era nga babaawo embeera yonna tukuŋŋaana ne tukikubamu ne tugenda ku street abaana ne tulaba nga bafuna eddembe lyabwe so kyenkungira wange mumunaabire maaso nze nawange bwe yajja mu palamenti eyo mumanyi bye namukola so so baganda bange amwena abali kusama bane temukwata video nga beri mu toilet banayo alo mugambe temukwata video bali temakiriza kwata present video nga lirimo tuganye banaye tumunyisa so abalungi abali kusama Uganda Media President olunaku olwaleero agabudde abaana b'e Makerere University embeera gye babadde bagamba ebaddeyo n'ayimirira nabo mu nsonga ebanyigereza so abaana mwena abasigaddeyo mwina okuyimirira okulaba nti embeera eno ate tusobola okuba nga tugimalawo basi ndiddala unapofuna akatambala enkofira yange imbadde gye banja balosoko eriwa yeno njena wena kitako ngo chatu yene Mmetiana ayagala kusavinga, ayagala besavingira, agala basavinga mpola. President ayagala kubesavingira.
Okay.
You want soda, water? Water, soda. Water, soda. Water, soda. So you don't eat beef. Soda, water.
The food is little.
Kafe yagala emmere, President n'agaba enva. Ajja kudda ddabo.
Mujja kudda bannange emmere gyeriri mubawe emmere nyingi. I'll give you some.
Mwoyo gubayita mwoyo gwa ggwanga naye mmwe kanso yakoze ku mmere, President n'akola ku nva, Zake n'akola ku nva eziddako, Waiswa n'akola ku soda n'amazzi. Mukitegedde ekyo kibayita ekibiina, ekyo kibayita ekibiina ky'abantu.
Authority is called bigger bands. The next prefect is in charge of bigger bands.
no chomanya abafumbi baba wambye dda buno budde be bali mu kugabula emmere nenga mbebaza nnyo mwenna ababeera ku Sama Uganda top 10 Tata Kisolo nze ndiwo okubanga mbongo yakera nga musama va mwene yope sisagala kumacha kubeera feneto sisobola kubeera feneto
Water soda.
Tosenda gwe nkweneko beef sigenda kuwa beef so mukulembeze atenga sometimes ajokingamu n'abantu be ye president gwe twagala ensi nebeera nga nsanyufu naye abantu bekyawa buli omwalaba muntu nga muyekera kubanga tufuga muyekera buli omwalaba munne nga mulabe kubanga tufuga mulabe so line gwe nga litwetaaganga buli muntu nga ali happy wakani imagine nga president wa magumu alonda abakulembera nga yabagabula musajja naye mmwe temumanyi banange temumanyi nkugambe Council David Secretary General yakutte mu mmere president nakwata mu nva commissioner waddala nakwata mu kijanjalo wano saabogezi nakwata ku byokunywa mpulire complaint wale byokunywa bibulawo naye asaabogezi agambye abaana bayizi tugabula abayizi mutuleke so mbebaza thank you so much okubeera nga mubeera ku Sama Uganda Media nga mwekumira ku mukutugagadde mbebaza ekiriwa mbebaza thank you so much okubeera ku mukutu gagadde ogwa Sama Uganda ate nga mu dakiika y'emu nze Tata Kisolo ate nze top 10 so banange mbebaza mwana banange mwebale nammwe mwenna abagala Sama Uganda anko yisima tumusange anko yisima ogenda kupasingeri ogwo soda water choose anko yisima wange simanyi bakwali omusajja oyo banaye mwebaze ku nsonga yakadata mulaba ennaku zino nkyaba kaberera nnyo okubeera kanatereko gwako naye ngenda mumunoonya mweraliikirira so mbebaza banaye mwebale nnyo kubeera ku Tata Kisolo oba Sama Uganda Media the top 10 journalist wamwe yewayo okubaweereza mu buli mbeera kamuleyini kamushayini nze mbeerawo ekyeta mu lujja mwena abali wano okwetema amaganzi lukemetererwe wegala kisoda choose jamukamu oba bakugenda so mwana abali wano okwetema amaganzi mukole ekiyita mu lujjamba sidde nnyo bannaye temumwebaza nnyo kisusa so oyo mukulembeze awuliriza abantu be ayogerako n'abantu be agabula abantu be ayemerera nga abantu be nga balina embeera yonna gye bayitamu nawunya nnyo abantu samutamuzi ngo Bobi Wine biki era nga Mukama Katonda bawe kyomuli ekyemirembe kuba temumanyi kyemukola ne Yesu yagamba basonyiwe kuba temumanyi kye bakola obwana busanyufu mbe abaana bola be ba mama bencha be batata bencha nencha sisina ncha be balero kubencha twagikowa encha twagikowa Jofra gambe some I have your gift wait wow thank you so much yamberera obanange fe mulaba tetukola fe twewayo lwansi yaffe buli kimu tukirekane tugenda kubaweereza eyo gye muli ewala musobole okubanga mumanye bigenda maaso wano okumpi guno mulimu si mwangu nno oyinza okulowooza nti sama nsobola okukwata kamera beno si byangu baganda bange kuno kwewaayo nze nanyumya kumula nkweyisimane muganze mwona enve waka nga simanyi oba nzirayo so nti enve waka nga simanyi oba nzirayo so gwe guno mulimu gutwakyuzinga okubanga tukola so naye buva ino gasama kyokola kyake bana embeera musanyufu nnyo bana mwebale kunsima nange nga nkyali mulamu nange mubale kunsima nga nkyaliwo sagala mmale kufa mutandike kale singa yawasa Sauda nga ono ka mama Kisolo yaliwo nga monzalawa bana monjagalize ate monjagale so bino ebintu byetulimu ebyaddala bino ebintu byetulimu sometimes tujokengamu naye ebyaddala bitutobulamu abakyali baffe bangi nnyo ne bafa nga tubalaba bwetu te Franka yagwamu omuka nga mulaba bwente so zino ensonga za gwanga baganda bange bino si katemba si kuzannyamu zino ensonga za kujja ku dikiteeta kulwana ne dikiteeta so omuntu yenna ayimirira okusupportinga ensonga nga gye tuliko banange gutukusaamu ekitiibwa tubula ankoyisa mwagala nnyo akasajja ako nkaagala nnyo tekalina nnyo n'omutima gwako gulilo fit so tulina n'abantu abatubeerawo banaye mu bulamu bwaffe oba nti tubeerawo nga tuli basanyufu nga tusobola okuvayo ne batagasa maali mu mbeera bwete samasabiriza kate masula ku setwete tulina abantu abatwagala bamweta Emma abasinga bamwe nga Stella banaye omuntu ayimirirawo nagamba sama mu buli mbeera ngenda kubeera banaye abantu abo beetaaga kusima nga bakyali balamu so sebo mwebaza baby mwebaza kateka mufe so kyekyo baganda bange zino ensonga zetulimu za kununula gwanga zino ensonga zetulimu za ddala zino ensonga zetulimu za kufuna kuwona za kutwala bulamu tunga yabagabula ayogera abagabula nno wayogera gwe nkoyinako beefu ngenda kuwaka beefu katono buli yanyiza akanyama muwa katono so ayagala okulaba ensi ye abantu bebatwalanga basanyufu otegeera kyayagala ayagala nga bantu bakulembera nga basanyufu abo abaana bamakerere yasomerako emakerere akiyimiriddemu yensonga nti buli kimu akyemiddemu era sose n'abagabulira wali puleti agenza liri eggwanga lyetwagala bannaye buli muntu nga musanyufu eggwanga lyetwagala buli muntu nga musanyufu buli muntu nga afeelinga proud okubeera munnauganda nga si kwevuma kubeera munnauganda nga tunulira omusaala gwa official wa gavumenti bamwami Museveni gwebasasula nga tumanyi mwezi gwenza zimba amalwaliro ameka just omusaala naye nga bakola ki babeereri kutuula kulya bulyanguzi kati bana kibakola naye nga gusobola okutereeza eggwanga abavubuka ne bafuna emirimu nyazi bajja kunyaga bajja kubba nakuzikiriza so tebafaayo kubanga si bannansi tebafaayo kubanga tebakwatako siriabwe kino bulijjo kibagamba nti ffe tulyebanga eggwanga lino eggwanga ne bana basajja balirabanga bizinensi yaabwe balirabanga bizinensi yaabwe so tulina omulimu munene nnyo okulwana okulaba nti ebintu bino biggwawo si kyani si kya pulezidenti si kya lewisi si kya sama si kya waiso kino ekintu buli munnauganda kimukakatako okuba nti bino ebintu bitereeza ate nga bisobola okutereera bino ebintu bisobola okutereera baganda bange bano abaana bemulaba bali mu kufuna emmere abo bali mu kusoma kubeera basomesa bali mu kusoma kubeera basawo naye gwe kubamu akafaananyi nga ali makerere buli mwana gye yegomba okubeera nga ali mu kaabanjala olwo omwana wagenda musomesa njagala mukirowoozeeko nga omwana wo aloota kubeera ku Makerere, buli mwana wo aloota kubeera ku Makerere nga bali Makerere bali mu mbeera eno, gwe kyogamba bwana agenda Makerere, bw'ava Makerere n'agenda akusomesa nga maze kosi y'okusomesa agenda somesa omwana wo n'omukwano agenda musomesa oba ayagadde ayita oba tayagala abireke. Bana basajja kye bali mu kulyetenga mu nsi yaffe kye baateekawo buli muntu okuba nga tafaayo, so twafuna pulezidenti wo yafaayo. Kyo kye mubanja mwebeereremu, nze mbagamba omanyi muli bakujukiza buli kaseera. So mwebale nnyo abaana bali mu kulya bonna basanyufu. Eryo eggwanga lye twetaaga nga buli muntu musanyufu. Baana basajja batuteekamu okwekyawa, baana basajja batuteeka mwagaza kiwazi wali mu kukola bannaye.
Sebo, water soda. Soda water. You want some beans?
Nga ngalina pulezidenti omutuufu waddala afe ku bantu bakulembera lyeryo eggwanga mba mulina okulya ne munywa ne museka ne mweyagala yesaati yeddugade yeeyo ddala tafaayo kasita abantu obanga basanyufu basooka bakulembesa.
Soda water. Water soda. Soda water.
President abamu nga bawaddawo.
Water soda. You want some beans? You want some beans? So, usable soda. Oh, and soda. Soda water.
Musajja yeewaayo nabano basome nabano ba student abeekamwoca
Baba student kati
ne baba student nabo
was salaini daye mabeta
Soda water.
Abe, saba kujanjala.
Oh God. Yenna dogadde na akyawolesa abantu be. Nabaganidde nkyagabula abantu bange.
Just go no bizo mabega huyu yali msaki ya check.
Yo soda.
Okay, the soda water. Water. Where we can
So yamwa. Tumbler. What is a tumbler, sorry? Supu yo kwali.
Which also represents the story of
what? Sebo. Go on.
Boss.
Tambula katate bomoze mbifana tumuvinge
One day, I was at a nightclub in California.
Baza bwebaza amwenda ababadde kusamba Uganda Media, thank you so much. Mwebale kunyufu mbebaza bwebaza amwenda ababadde kusama Uganda top 10 journalist avudde wano atulesa wano nagenda nakyusa bukyusa ngwine tannawummula okuva twavudde ekisolo ekyo kintu nze nakisookamu oyo banasaga kwogera byamabudde buno, so baagala nnyo nsaba munkwate bulungi nga mbakwate obulungi, nsaba munjagale nga bwe mbaagala, kansube tutegeraganye bulungi baganda bange, nsaba munkwate bulungi muntegeere nga bwe mbategeera, so mbagala nnyo baganda bange abasabo ne bannyabo, mwebale nnyo era nnyongera okubagamba nti ne bwe mumpromisinga ebintu bimeka okutwala Sauda sina gye ngenda mutwala, ekyo kyo ntegeraganye nammwe, saagala nkiddemu. So mbebaza bwebaza abaganda bange, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire abatambudde nange kusama Uganda Media. Gamazima mugenda okukkiriza yadde njala ennume emmere eweddewo n'ekikulu pulezidenti abadde alina gabula abaana basomero abagabudde, so ffe tujja kuyiiya tujja kulya, so ngenda kulaba nange engeri gye ntambulamu ate ngende ewaka empummule maze ennaku almost ebbiri nga seebaka, so mugenda kukkiriza nange ndabe engeri gye ngenda otambulamu ntuuke waka mpummulemu kubanga essaawa yonna era nyina okomawo baweereza essaawa yonna waliwo ekiddako, nze ekyo kye newaayo kubaweereza mu buli mbeera butassa mukono. So abasema kye tukola mwebale, namwe waliwo tuvumaano tumalamu amaanyi notugamba tusabiriza notugamba tetulina byakukola, namwe mwebale, Mukama bawe omukisa kyensobola okubanga mbagamba. So President. Bye bye.
And that's when I decided